In today's video, I'm going to show you how to paint a single petal flower in real time, so you can paint along with me at the same time. The paint I'm using is Rose Madder from Holbein. It offers a delicate rosy hue. When it's diluted, it creates a light wash. While applied thickly, it's vivid and intense. And the paper is 100% cotton paper. You can use any brand available to you. Mine is a mid-range priced local brand, and the thickness is 300 GSM. However, as there is not a large amount of water in this painting, you can also try paper that's thinner than 300 GSM. The flower on the top right corner is an example of an unwanted result using this technique. I am going to show you how to avoid it once I have shown you the correct way to paint these flowers. Let's get started. Firstly, this is a cheap nylon brush from a local brand. You can also use nylon brush that you want. Just be careful to not use ones which may shed bristles. Nylon bristles are stiffer than animal bristles and are very easy to control for painting flowers, especially for today's technique. I'm going to load some paint on a brush, and then we'll paint a dot. Now we don't have to load any paint, only dip it in a little water, then brush it along the dot. This stroke will wipe out some existing paint from the dots, which helps to create this clear pinkish petal outcome. We know that the water dries fast on hot press paper, which tends to leave unwanted blotches. However, as you can see, when I paint the second time quickly, it doesn't really have any obvious edges from the first stroke, so don't worry too much about that. After painting this petal, I'm using the first brush again to add the same color, Rose Madder, to strengthen the center. At this stage, the middle part of this pink rounded shape is still a little damp, so you can see this dot has blended a little, and this blending makes the flower look natural. Next, I'm using a liner brush to add some specks for detail. By now, the paper has already dried 100% whilst we were painting, so there's no need to wait before continuing, as hot press paper naturally dries quickly. If you want to paint a different angle, we can also slightly adjust the petal shape. Usually at the end of the stroke for the petal, the end part will become more watery. We have to dry the brush and absorb the paint until there's no visible water sitting on top of the paper. By doing this, there won't be any unnatural blotchy patches which could break up the petal shape, and it will be left with aesthetically appealing edges. Now I'm showing you a common mistake. After painting the petal, I'm now adding some saturated paint to the center. We can see that the paint on the right side of the petal is not spreading, unlike the left side, which means some of the petal here was 100% dry. It can be fine to paint like this if you use a dry brush to soften the edges a little. However, if you still use a watery brush when trying to blend the color, you will end up with an unwanted large blotch like this. This result can be fine when painting some other types of flowers, but this isn't the desired outcome for today's painting. So to sum up, firstly, do not wait too long to paint the petals throughout the process. Secondly, do not add too much thick rose madder to the center. The last one, only the first petal brush is watery. For the following steps, do not add too much water on the brush.